issue of I don't know if I should call it adolescence, so that period where you're just becoming too much into defying orders. So kupigwa was back then, that it was a thing. So maybe high school nimekula viboko vilivyo zimenifanya whom I am today. So credits to the teachers who really put in
How do you
there.
even say viboko zimefanya ukuwe viloko? What do you mean?
Yeah. Nasikianga watu wakisema we should abolish that thing, but me personally, it helped because.
Hey guys, welcome back to Muruki Radio, the home of good vibes, good energy, optimism, all the way up. You know how we roll over here because I know it's been forever. It's been 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years, but finally, look who is back. And I'm back with so much energy because that is what we do over here. And as you all can see, I am not alone today. I just decided, you see, when parents go and then they come back, at least I'm that parent that came back with milk. If you know, you know. If you don't know, just forget about it. So I am here today with an amazing guest. And in the meantime, you can just drop in your comments. Many sama hamjaninis because mimi is like raise. And that is why I have so much energy. It's been 1 month. Yeah. But finally, I am back with presents and sweets for all my children. Yeah, so hi.
Hi, Muruki.
How are you doing?
Doing good, you?
I am doing amazing. Yeah, welcome to Muruki Radio. Good to see you. Tuambia wewe ni nani, nitoka wapi, why you even here? Are you the sweets that Mama has brought back?
Well, first of all, I am Arnold Rollins, huge friend to this girl over here. I am a musician. I am a construction project manager and engineer on the works. I am a leader in church. I do a lot of other things. I dance, I act, I am a director, I am a script writer. So there's a lot that comes with me, but happy to be here. I was invited, of course, the present, the gift. So here I am, just gracing her show, making sure that at least we have a conversation that goes on. So yeah, glad to be here.
I am well. Glad well. We all see what I did over there. Anyway, this is so nice. It's actually nice to like have such a big deal. He's a big deal, guys. He's a big deal. Mimi tangu nimjue, I have known him since I was in primary school, but of course he didn't know me. Of course he didn't know me. Don't lie to people. Of course he didn't know me. So yeah, I knew him in primary school and he was this big deal. And, you know, of course, everyone wants to be associated with a big deal, right?
Yeah.
You are a big deal and that's a period. So do you feel, have you ever gone to a place and you were not a big deal?
Well, the only place that I can say I wasn't really recognized is when I joined campus. That is the only bit of a place that I walked into. And it was partly because I did not want to. When I got into campus, I told myself to at least take a step back from the thing that I was doing previously. As you have said, got to be known because of being multi-talented, being the actor, being the musician. So yeah, I started acting very early on in my life. I guess I was in class 4 when I first graced the stage. So yeah, had a beautiful life in acting in primary, became a leader in primary, and then high school, the same story went on. So the only bit of place that I can say that I walked into and people did not know me completely was campus.
Was it a choice or did you just find yourself not fitting into this place, like fully becoming your authentic self?
Well, at that time it was, I can say both, because I wasn't really staying in campus. I chose to be commuter. I was in the University of Nairobi or the University of Nairobi. Watu wa UN nisipoisema vizuri itakuwa kesi. So yeah, I was in the University of Nairobi. Fortunately, I was in town campus, the main campus in UN in Nairobi. So, and I live in Kahawa West. So it was easy for me to just commute from Nairobi, come back home, instead of staying in the hostels through and through. Of course, I did stay in the hostels because of the course that I did, but it wasn't really every other single time and every single semester that I was in school. So that played a role in me not being really known because I wasn't really creating friends. Yeah, I wasn't really all in leadership, all in. Weirdly, I did not even become an actor in campus.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I did not even. There's the University of Nairobi Traveling Theatre, but I never ever became part of them. So it was partly because I did not join groups in campus that made me not really be
I feel like that's a concern. Like that is why you're not calling the police. Like, yo, why would you not take such a beautiful opportunity to like go explore with what other actors are actually doing? Because I believe that that is something that you actually love. And I feel like the University of Nairobi has given you the opportunity to do that. Why did you feel like you didn't want to actually dig deeper into? You have been given a platform. Now take it. Do what you want with it. Why? Did you not feel like you were missing out, or I don't know?
Pressure. Tunaambiwanga chagua course. Ulichagua course ishtue the society. Ulichagua course ishtue
That's fact. That is fact.
course ikakushtua in campus. So si ndio hao watu. Walked into the engineering world not knowing of everything that is coming along, but engineering si rahisi hivyo vile watu hudhania. For the people in that industry wanaelewa, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort. So yeah, that was a main key factor. I didn't have that time. And that is why I keep on saying that when I was in campus, it was either books or home, because I was trying to at least get a sense of belonging with my friends. Because most of the time, now that you are hooked into your books, you lack that time to at least even check up on people back at home. So when I was getting the time in campus, I just wanted to go home. I did not want to interact with people, did not want to interact with the other activities that are happening in campus. So unfortunately for me, I did not attend. I did not join them per se. I had a cousin back then, really wanted me to join, introduced me to it, went for like 3 auditions, passed in all of them. But now, unfortunately, when it came to just putting in the time, because in acting, in dancing, in music, you have to put in the time. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be consistent in the University of Nairobi Traveling Theatre, and I did not want to become a liability to them. So I just told myself to take a step.
Right. I feel like that's also beautiful. I mean, getting to identify where it is that you want to fall into, it's a choice, right? It's a choice. And the fact that you've only not been a big name because you tried to not be a big name in campus. You've been a big name all your life, right? So how was high school for you? What will you define your high school life like?
My high school was amazing. People have instances where they say, "Oh, I hated my high school."
Actually, there is this trend that is going on TikTok. Oh, what in the asylum? I'm looking at your asylums and I'm like, I wish I was in those asylums. What do you mean? But anyway, how was high school?
Yeah, high school was give and go, give and take. There was the good and the bad. I can say the most beautiful thing that came out of my high school period was the fact that I was in all groups. I was in music, I was in drama, I was in debate, I was in journalism, I played handball. That is the first game that I played when I got into high school. I played basketball because I've always played basketball all my life previously. So played basketball. So high school was beautiful in terms of now me in groups. But unfortunately, because it was also a national school, it came with also the pressures of just being a student there, the pressures of you wanting to perform because you are part of the cream de la cream out in primary. So when you're now getting into a bigger space where you're getting like-minded people, all of you are in the same space where you now have to challenge for spaces. We were like 500 students getting into Form 1. So if you do not put in the time, put in the effort in your academics, then it's easily you become number 300. And you take that report from back home, your parents are like, what is wrong with you? So yeah, it was a little bit challenging when it comes to the academics, but just the beautiful thing was trying to get a balance out of it. Being good in academics and also being good in the curriculum. Unfortunately, also, the last bit that I can say in terms of high school, there's this middle portion of you're also a teenager, so there's the issue of I don't know if I should call it adolescence, so that period where you're just becoming too much into defying orders. So kupigwa was back then, that it was a thing. So maybe high school nimekula viboko vilivyo zimenifanya whom I am today. So credits to the teachers who really put in
How do
the
you even say viboko zimefanya ukuwe viloko? What do you mean?
yeah. Nasikianga watu wakisema we should abolish that thing, but me personally, it helped because back to the Bible and the scriptures, we are about sparing the rod and sparing the child. For people like us, it actually.
But I think the too much is the problem.
Yeah, the too
Sasa
much.
ikikuwa mingi pia, ai kidogo hapana. We don't want it anymore. We don't want it anymore. But it is actually nice that it actually worked out for you. Because I feel like, generation yetu, tumeundwa, but tumeundwa vizuri. If that makes sense. Like tumeundwa, but tumeundwa vizuri. That is really nice. So now, let me ask you, Arnold, do you feel like, if you are not a big babe, would you really be who you are today?
No,
If
because
you are not like a big babe in all those.
you see, in primary, with people getting to know me from an early age, it gave me the confidence to live through life. It gave me the ability to socialize with people, gave me the ability to know how people perceive through me and what people think about me. So it was easy for me to understand that this is how people actually want me to live my life. This is actually how people view me. And it helped me to overcome a lot of things. It helped me in my confidence. It really built my confidence to another scale, to another level, because the fact that people know you, it gives you a right to speak. You're not cooked up in your own self. You're not just living your life alone. Because now that you are relating with other people, you get to also view life in another perspective. Because let's say, for example, I love giving this example where if you are born in one place, school in one place, married in one place, then your life is just that one place. But if you interact with a lot of different places, then you become better, you become more vast. So I don't think that I would have been the person that I am today, just because of the fact that being known by people, getting to interact with people has been.
That is so beautiful. Like, well put, well hit. I don't want to add any more things with what you had said, because that is basically it. So now, do you feel, okay, have you felt like you being in school, generally, you being in school, you feel like it has changed or improved or in maybe way impacted how you perceive life or how you view life?
Yeah. If I can give an example between if you feel how we were taught by our parents to view academics, it was actually most of us were really doing the reading part because of how the effort that our parents were putting into us when we were in primary and high school. Viboko, kuchapwa, kufuatiliwa, that was a thing that really drove us into the academics bit of it. But when you now enter campus, you're alone. You're led to live through your life. No one is really following up. For example, if I give my life, my parents have never ever asked for my transcript. So it was me alone in campus. So it gave me something of a responsibility, because now coming up from high school to now campus, you now start viewing life in this way of I have to put in the time, I have to put in the effort, because it's now my life. If I do not put in the work, if I do not put in the time into what I am doing, then I do not get to achieve these beautiful things that I've set out for my life. So it gives me a stepping stone into how I view each and every activity that I do, and even how I insert myself at places, how I insert myself at places. Another thing is, I have talked about confidence before, and more so in now project management in the engineering world. I am a project manager is technically a leader of a team. When we get into construction, a project manager is a leader of all the other consultants plus the contractors and everyone on site. So the period when in school where I was a leader, it prepared me into now my job right now, into the field that I am right now, because the leadership part played a big role to whom I am.
Wow. So, since leadership seems to be yeah, it is the head of most of your life. That is me knowing Arnold for the longest time. You actually had a nickname in primary school. Mr. Sapo.
Mr. Mamba.
We used to call him Mr. Crocodile.
Oh,
And let me
yeah.
tell you, he was so famous in the whole school. Ukisema tu Mr. Mamba ama Mr. Crocodile, automatically you will know we are talking about Arnold. My question to you as a viewer today is, if your name is mentioned somewhere, nitaanza kuuliza alifanyanga nini ama alikuwanga nani, ama will I automatically know that that is who you did that, he did that? Guys, acheni history ya kugaga sijui chini chini. Come on, get out, explore. This guy was telling me, like, literally before this episode, alikuwa ananiambia that he feels like he has actually explored at least every part of his talents, right?
Yeah.
Because he's perfect example of jack of all trades. That is who you are.
Yeah.
So now, leadership. Let's get on to leadership. Have you ever not been a leader, Samuel?
I have tried not to be a leader. I have tried. Oh my God, I have tried. So in primary, where just to take you back to your backstory, where the nickname actually came from was acting. Got into my first play in class 4. So the nickname has come from all the way from class 4. It took me up to class 8. So it was my first state name. It was a director's name. You see the way Akina Abel Mutua, Akina Ntugush, they are known because of their Freddy's and Bush, even more than their names.
Yeah.
So in primary, that was me. The Mr. Mamba traveled through because of just a name that was given out of a play. And then I became the leader of the drama there. I became almost became the head boy. I did not become a head boy, fortunately, because I was also trying to become a head boy. But unfortunately, also in that time, I if I remember well, I came second to the head boy there. So technically, people had faith in me becoming the leader, but I was already leading in other respects. In high school, also became a leader in Form 1 when it comes to the administrative posts, was a prefect, and then tried again by taking back my uniform, blah, 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 not trying not to become a prefect. And then unfortunately, getting myself into clubs, became the leader of drama, became the leader of music, became the leader of debate, became the leader of journalism. So the only place that I can tell you that I did not really become a leader was in campus. Because I had that backstory of how the other politicians from UON were, how politics in UON is, how it just becomes a big thing, how it is hard to get into politics of UON, how it is even hard to come away. So I told myself I do not want that. So that is the only part of my life that I can say that I have not been a leader in my life. I can say that is 4 years of my life that I tried really not to become a leader. And yes, successfully it worked.
Wow. 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 In other news, there are people who try to not be in leadership positions in your life, but let me say fortunately, because I feel like leadership is such a fortunate thing to actually obtain. Because mimi, pengine nakasirikanga sana when I see people getting mad. Especially watu wenye walikuwa leaders tukiwa shule. I was a leader in school. I was a leader all through. In Form 1, I was not a leader, but when I got to Form 2, I was elected a leader. And from then, okay, hata nikiwa Form 1, bado nilikuwa na positions, but sasa hazikuwa main positions. And then when I got into Form 2, it became another whole different thing. But then now, something I don't usually understand is there are people that have never been leaders in these different aspects of life. They tend to feel like people that have been leaders in those aspects of life are actually taking away instead of actually giving. Because I feel like leadership has more of giving to it. You hardly receive. You are always the giver. But all in all, you gotta maneuver because I think that's where you're a leader. You gotta take up the role and do your thing, right? So now, how is life now? What are you thinking? Do you feel like you want to be in the leadership position after not being a leader?
Um, so to answer your question in 2 points, right now I'm a leader in church. So again, I was also trying not to become a leader. Church. I gave excuses. I remember when people were trying to elect me as their moderator in church, I told them that oh, I have a demanding job. I do not want to become a leader. I will not be able to input myself however much that I would want. But unfortunately, it came, and then just kept on piling up to the national level. So far right now, I am still a leader. My leadership period ends in 2026. That is where I'll be finishing my leadership term as a youth leader in church. So far so good. I love leadership. I enjoy it. It just it is just the fact that I get to impact the lives of different people every single day. Just to look at the far that I have reached in just an year of leadership in church, the far that I have reached in people's lives. When people just come and tell me that, thank you very much, you've done this and this for me, it just impacts my life in just another way. Um, so now to answer the second part of your question, I don't think that I will ever not want to be a leader just because of the impact that I love creating in people's lives. I have thought of going into politics, still thinking of going into politics. It's not an affirmed thing yet. It's just a thought behind my mind, behind my brain of, will I manage? Will I actually do it? Will I put myself out there in the campaigns and all that? So it's a thought process that I think I'll take through in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and then potentially I'll have a decision made. But so far so good. I don't think so.
Nice. That is well good. That is well. So I feel like this is gonna be marking the end of the first segment. We are definitely coming back in hot with some more tea. We're gonna get to know Arnold Rollins. I mean, kuna majunali. That is actually a fun fact that we are about to get to know about in the next segment.